on, I suppose. All right. Quite bright out there. God, can't see anyone. First of all, thank you, FinTech Forum, for organizing this brilliant event. I have enjoyed myself all the way through here. I'm sure I will enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you, Arto, for having a very nice presentation before me. Those who don't know Digital Workforce, we have a nice booth out there on the hallway, so please join us there. We will talk more about ourselves, the things that we do in this domain. But we are the leading business process automation organization vendor in the Nordics, also having a global footprint, 9 offices around the globe. Also, we are hosting the afterwork at the Sky Bar later today, so hopefully we can see all of you there. But the story I want to tell today to you is about where is the value of business process automation. And really kind of the large-scale information processing in banks that is characteristic of the business anyway, that has served as a foundation for automation. A brilliant place where many organizations, many of these initiatives has been able to return millions in savings, cumulative savings, thousands of, or at least more than 1,000 FTEs in savings by automating repetitive tasks. Asking from Mike and Lisa what they're doing on Mondays and Tuesdays, trying to tap into the question, is there something tedious and mundane in our organization that we could automate? And even in some cases, this initiative has reached, at least in the back office operations, even close to straight-through processing initiatives. But the downside in the banks over the past kind of a handful of years or so forth is that the kind of a customer experience, the personal touch to the customer kind of engagements and all of that has not necessarily been always in the focal point. And the leading banks, the leading kind of organizations in general that we are helping through, they have made the shift from focusing from the individual task automation to actually focus on orchestrating the customer journeys, using modern technologies, business process automation platforms, and combining the existing automations already that has been done in the previous wave with the human labor and human activities that are remaining. And this is actually visible already down in it's not only in the P&L statement, but there is a nice research stating that the organizations who focus on using digital technologies and transforming their customer journeys are able to return 35% more shareholder value than the kind of S&P 500 kind of organizations in average. And as Gartner puts it there, it's not about any single technology, it's not about the AI or the kind of automation as such, it's the combination of different technologies to transform and redesign the operational processes. And it kind of makes sense. There's a good point from McKinsey a couple of years down stating that organizations typically have less than or around 10 core operational end-to-end flows that create 70% of the business value that the organization gives to the market. So focusing here, using different set of technologies, focusing in the customer journeys around those core processes, that is where the value is. That's why it's visible in the shareholder value as well and throughout the organization. So we take a little bit an angle into the banks. In general, this is a general speak part of it. But if we focus on the banks, let's take one value stream. For example, the loan origination of corporate loans. So it's typically quite simple of a request if you exclude obviously the large corporates and institution loans, which is much more difficult. But it's usually quite simple of a request from the customer. I need a loan, can I get a loan? But internally, it's obviously a tremendously complex set of different activities that there is kind of at least 5 different main phases, dozens of different processes, hundreds of different tasks that need to be completed. And the point is that it's not like a token that flows through these steps and always in the same way. Each and every customer takes a little bit different journey through these phases. So for example, if you apply for a loan and it's a new customer to the bank, the need analysis phase, obviously we need to understand what is the loan for, what is the purpose, everything like that, but there's supporting processes that need to be fired up and orchestrated in that specific journey. Like know your customer, sanction screening processes before you can even move forward. But if the customer is an old customer of the bank, you already have served some loans to them and so forth, you don't necessarily have to do this process. You just need to ensure that the checks and everything is up to date. So the point I want to make is that it's not about seeing the corporate loan journey or any mortgage loan journey as a process, as a straight-through kind of element, but it's in case. And each and every customer takes a little bit different journey through those cases. And each case involves kind of dozens of handovers. It involves lots of kind of FTEs and OPEXs into the operation. Probably an area that is not the biggest challenge, or the fintechs are not going to challenge that much their corporate loans because of the capital requirements and so forth. But still, it ties millions of kind of euros in OPEXs. And if you want to improve the kind of cost impact income ratios, improve the customer satisfaction, it's this journey, this simple request of the customer that you need to focus on. And usually this experience is actually quite much of a black box experience for the end customer. So you do all of the things in the background, but the customer don't have transparency where they stay on that journey. So really kind of, what is then the kind of art of the possible? What is the approach to take on transforming a journey? The first thing that you want to do with the kind of in your engagement is to build an end-to-end execution and orchestration engine. You want to have a place where you combine the different teams, the credit teams, the relationship managers, the due diligence officers, to work and collaborate in the same loan case instance. You need to have a place where the communication, real-time status of the kind of loan, as well as the audit trails are kept. So it's one thing to say that we ended up making this loan decision. It's another thing to say that I can actually audit trail the conversations and discussions that led us to make this decision in the first place. A much more stronger message to the auditor and the audit processes than just simply saying that, yes, we gave a loan and this is documentation. The second thing you want to do, you want to use different types of technologies, generative AI, old-fashioned robotic process automation, whatever you have, to automate whatever you can. And this is there's a quite nice piece from McKinsey stating that with today's technologies, 50% of the work activities done in banks could be automated. So that means that every second work activity also in this journey could be automated. Why haven't we done that? We haven't done that because our approach for automation has been looking for the touch time. Is there people who are doing the touch time? And especially asking the question that can we find 2, 3, 4, 10 FTE cases, people who work on the same task. And the same McKinsey research states that there's only less than 5% of full job descriptions can be automated. So the automation potential is not like there's 10 guys doing that and 15 here and everything else is not automatable. It's those bits and pieces along the journey, those AI co-pilots and whatever you have that we discussed or Arto discussed in the previous presentation, and combining them. If you think about the McKinsey's value proposition, 50% can be automated. By definition, 50% cannot be automated, which means that they are left for humans. And the glue to get rid of the kind of the wait times, to improve automation levels, have a better transparency to the customer, is actually understanding that you need to create a seamless workflow between the automations and the humans and connect the different parties involved in this journey on a single collaboration platform. And this is really the core what we do at Digital Workforce. We build this kind of end-to-end orchestration solution, combining automations, creating a collaboration environment for the humans to really drive benefits. And this is actually real numbers from cases. So with this approach, you can reduce more than 40% of the turnaround time of that loans origination journey, while releasing the relationship manager's capacity. Like you can get by with the same amount of work with less relationship managers, and within that relationship manager's work, more time is spent with the customers because they don't have to understand and discuss and share knowledge over emails and different kind of channels between the internal stakeholders. Everyone has access to the same data in that kind of end-to-end orchestration layer. You can improve the kind of transparency and omni-channel transparency also towards the customer. You can give a real-time status on where my case is, what has happened next, what is the estimated time for kind of the decision, and so forth. And so that are really the kind of core points I want to make. And this approach, even though I use corporate loans, it applies into any customer journey, any business process. Your mortgages, your customer or client onboarding, your kind of approval flows, whatever it is. The same approach, separating the business logic and the case actors from the legacy applications, allows you to redesign the operation. And here I would like to draw your attention on 2 data points. There is the kind of 94% of customers report feeling more informed after this transformation, and there's 3 times more time spent by the relationship manager working with the customers. And that is really a powerful message. Imagine if you can take those expensive people working with the customers, turning their binocular towards the customers instead of working in internal operations. Imagine what is the value. The one value is to be more cost efficient. What is the value of this in your kind of top line growth and being able to capture more business? So I really want to end up this presentation, 1 minute left, in stating that start capturing the value of reconnecting with your customers today. It's possible, the technologies are proven, and we as digital workforce, we are the blue collars of this transformation. We know how to implement and drive all the technologies in conjunction to actually introduce these benefits. This is a final slide, so it's an offer for all of you present here today. You can find these QR codes on our booth as well. But if you got interested, if you have any questions, any domains, any specific pain points, journeys you want to talk about, 2-hour free business value workshop with our leading experts to discuss and bring these thoughts into more around practical examples and so forth. Teppo is coming on the floor. I think I finished my presentation right in time, so.
Thank you.